Imagine that you just received an email from your favorite brand, and in the email was something that you didn't realize that you wanted. Maybe it was a great outfit or a pair of shoes. You weren't in the market for anything new, but the email was so enticing that you clicked on the link just to see how much it cost. To your amazement, the price seemed fair, and all of a sudden you needed to have that item that 5 minutes earlier you didn't even think about. So what do? You purchase the item and go about your day. That business just made a sale, and you feel great about your purchase, all without ever being sold to. You know why? Because of the appearance of an item in that email. Effortless sales are possible in your digital marketing strategy, especially when you streamline your social media aesthetic. And here's why. 60% of consumers make their buying decisions based on the way your brand looks, which means consumers are making a decision based solely on your branding. When your branding is aligned, it speaks directly to your consumer. Brand identity starts with your core values, which are then carried throughout all of your branding elements. For example, when you're scrolling through social media and you find an account that is branded, you're more likely to trust that account versus one that isn't, which means you're more likely to buy from that account. Now, branding does not necessarily mean having a cohesive feed. It means using consistent elements to build brand awareness through your brand identity so that your brand is recognizable in the market. Essentially, you want people to notice your brand and recognize it so that they start to trust you, and it builds brand recognition and loyalty. Now, aesthetics look different for different types of businesses. The key is to make sure that your aesthetic is consistent, and how you're going to do that is by using the same brand colors, the same fonts, the same imagery, the same brand messaging, the same personality, and the same types of videos consistently. This includes the types of editing styles that you're doing. The more you use brand elements, your audience will begin to recognize your business from other businesses, and that's what's going to separate you. Now, the average person's attention span is 8 to 12 seconds. And on social media, it's even less. So you only have a brief window of time to catch someone's attention when they are scrolling. Keep in mind, people need to see things 7 to 8 times before it clicks for them. So if you want them to remember you, you have to show up at least 7 to 8 times with that same brand messaging. So the more times they see your business, and the more times you show up with the same brand elements, the higher the chances of it resonating with them to build brand awareness and drive sales to your business. So let me give you an example. And let's use TikTok and the types of videos you would create for TikTok. Your brand elements won't be focused on your aesthetic per se, but rather your cohesiveness and your consistency. So by using the same fonts in each video and the same colors in each of your videos, as well as 1 to 3 different types of editing styles, and being consistent with your brand message, meaning being consistent with the kind of content you are speaking to your audience that should be related to your brand pillars in your brand niche, you will create brand loyalty. And when you're super dialed in on your niche, it's easy to create a content marketing strategy with specific content that your audience wants to see more of. This might be the value that you provide, the experience that you create for them. Maybe it's your creativity or the way you inspire them. Another way to create an aesthetic feed is through posting the same number of posts each day and posting at the same times each day. Because once your audience knows what time you're going to be posting and what day you're going to be posting, they're going to come back to see that live, real time. And this again builds trust and it builds visibility. The more you show up consistently, the more people are going to find you and start to search for you. So the more consistent you are with your aesthetic and your brand elements, the more trust you will gain from your audience, and the more people will buy from you, because keep in mind, people buy from people that they trust. So in short, you guys, your brand's aesthetic will always matter in your business and in your social media strategy. And that's because it's an extension of your brand's identity. So the more clear you get about your overall brand identity, the easier it will be to develop an aesthetic that makes sense for the type of brand that you have, that you can be consistent with. It also makes it easier to know what to post every single day. Just remember, it's not the layout and the grid that matters. It's the brand elements. If you liked this episode, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I will see you on the next one.